What's going on? Today we are talking about the best and the worst tattoo TikToks I could find. You guys know the drill. Let's jump into it. Okay, what I wanted versus what I got. I always love these. First off, if that's what you wanted, I hate it. I hate these tattoos. The skeleton tattoos are almost always the worst. They always look really bad and they're just kind of tacky. They're pretty much just one of the tackiest tattoos I've seen in a long time. The tramp stamp of today's dude. I don't know, I hate it. It's funny because I'm looking at the ones that he wanted and they still look bad. Like I just hate them. Let's see what he got. Ugh. I don't know if they're happy or they're disappointed. I don't care. I hate the damn thing. They always look so trashy, so weak, so soft. It's like, you know, just one of those tattoos that you see and you're like, ooh, stay away from that person. Like real straight up. That's all I think whenever I see these damn things. Gross. You're too young to have that many shitty tattoos. You know what? That is true. Not much else to that. Those are bad tattoos and I hate it. I hate when I see young people with like face tattoos that look like crap. I hate seeing it when I see like half outline, half stuff. Look, dude, I get it. When you're young and you want to have a lot of tattoos, you don't have a lot of money to spend on them. So you end up getting these like really junky, whack tattoos and you end up getting a lot of them because they're cheap and you have someone who's doing them for really cheap. But look, just get good tattoos. Just spend a little money on them. That's all you got to do. Just care a little bit. This shit's on you forever. Yeah. First two are really bummers. I should have curated this a little bit better. Two bummer tattoos for no reason. We just hit all the worst kind of tattooing in the first two stories. Yep. Okay, now this one's fun. I think I win the trend for the worst healed tattoo. Look, right off the bat, not the worst tattoo I've ever seen. When it was fresh, it looked okay. It looks fine. It's not great. Obviously, this is a black and gray photo, so we can't see like the detail that's going on in this photo. Maybe you can see that it's gonna be blown out, but I know for a fact this tattoo ends up looking like doo-doo. You know, when I was first starting to tattoo, I probably would have tattooed this thing very similar. I know. Obviously, I learned my lesson because I wouldn't tattoo like it now, but that looks like shit, it healed like shit, and it was executed poorly. That's why it healed so badly, and I know this from experience because I've made this mistake as a tattooer. Sometimes you go too bold on things that you shouldn't go too bold on, and this is what you end up with. Well, this is what your clients end up with. So what you people at home end up with, this garbage on your leg, and you're like pissed off about tattoos, and I'm like, makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. I would be pissed off if I had this on my leg. Tattooing, the most imperfect art of all time, and the only art you gotta live with forever. It's disappointing. It's a frustrating career. Rough. I'm glad I didn't do this tattoo. And honestly, looking at it again, this person's skin really does not handle getting tattooed real well because some of those lines, they have a lot of space. Like the leaves in particular, if you zoom in on the leaves, you're like, there was enough space that I still wouldn't have expected this, but man, everything, every bit of it just blew out to Kingdom Come. Okay, I actually really like this video, so let's watch it all. There's music that I can't use. How I make $3,500 a day as a tattoo artist by stealing it out of a person's purse. Yeah. You know, I think tattooing is really interesting. It's in an interesting time. Look, I know that at home, the people who get tattoos think that tattooers are bawling out all the time. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it has to do with like social media and people who are either like pretending to be hella rich or people who are on the upper spectrum of what tattooers can make are making things saying that they make millions of dollars. I remember there was a girl, I think her name's Reese, who was talking about how much money she made. I think there's like a Shine who was saying like how much, you know, a tattoo would cost, like $50,000. There's a lot of people talking about how much tattooers make. Dude, the reality is I know a lot of tattooers who are barely making it, especially these days. Or maybe not barely making it, but maybe not crushing it the way a lot of people think that they are. And I think it is because of social media. I thought this one was funny because it definitely gave me a chance to talk about that. But it does make me laugh when people are like, you know, oh, tattooers, they make so much money. I'm like, dude, I've been a tattooer a long time. And maybe you could be like, hey, you're not doing it right if you're not making that kind of money. I'd be like, hey, maybe I'm not. Maybe I picked the wrong style. Maybe I should have been a black and gray portrait guy and I'd be like tattooing, you know, all the basketball players or something like that and making crazy amounts of money. I don't know. Who knows? But what I do know is most tattooers, 99%, aren't like making crazy stacks of cash every day. It's just reality. Okay, what is one tattoo you never want to do again? I will tell you right now, for me, in this current moment, it's the next one I have to do. I don't know why. Right now, I'm going through a little tat slump. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do any tattoo. All of them seem boring to me, which is crazy. Because we're like tatters, you know? And I'm like, man, I don't have any interest in doing any tattoo today. Today, I wanna sit here, put my feet up, and fuck off. That's what I'm gonna do today. But let's see what this tatter's gotta say about it.
Monarch butterflies.
I love doing monarchs. Just straight up, love doing butterflies. Easy peasy, in, out, done. They always look great.
Is one tattoo you never wanna do again?
Infinity symbol, because it sucks.
Yep, I agree with him. I'm from that era of infinity symbol. This was like pre-2020 tatters, and I still think about them all the fucking time, dude. Like, they were such a pain in the ass tattoo, and it was like, that was what you were gonna do every single day, all the time. And like a lot of these things, look, they're super popular. And a lot of times it's a love-hate relationship with these types of images because like, yeah, an infinity sign, I get fucking super tired doing them. But at the same time, I do enough of them that they've probably paid my bills, you know, months and months and months and months and months. So, hey, love-hate with them.
What is a tattoo that you do not want to have to do?
Matching couples tattoos.
Eesh.
That one's one of those things that it doesn't matter what it is. It's just the fact that you have to do matching couple tattoos, and usually they pick whack shit. Yeah. If you're gonna get a matching couple tattoo, get something cool. I don't know what that is or what you should get, but don't pick something lame.
What is one tattoo you never want to do again?
Dude, if my client sees this, I'm so sorry, but if I have to ever do geometric again, that's my 13th reason to die.
Geometric. You know what? It's funny because I could do geometric all day long, especially if it's like geometric line work stuff. Sign me up. I could do that today, tomorrow, the rest of my life. It's super easy. It's super basic. And I like just pulling lines on people. If I have to do like stipple shading on that shit, yeah, I'd be cool never doing some stipple shading geometric bullshit again. To the clients who have it out there of mine who I know watch this, love you guys. You guys got cool shit. I'm glad, you know the drill. Gotta fucking, you know, tell you guys you're awesome. But sometimes those tattoos just get so tedious and so boring and I just want to rip my own eyes halfway through it.
You had a choice what not to tattoo. What would you never want to do again?
Portraits.
Yeah, I mean, portraits. For me, the one tattoo I never fucking want to do again, this is the one. This is the one thing I never want to do again. Words. Words of any kind. Don't make me put them in a fucking banner. Don't make me put them in script. I hate tattooing words. I've always hated them. It's always been a struggle for me. They just don't end up that cool, at least to me. I hate having to double check and triple check. I hate tattooing words. Look, I'm just not the guy. Even when you tell me to put it in a banner with some traditional stuff around it, my banners suck, my script sucks, my lettering sucks. Don't ask me to do lettering. And probably when I get busy enough in my tattoo life, I will have a sign that says no fucking letters of any kind. On to the next. What's going on, guys? We just cranked past 7,000 subscribers. We're trying to make it to 10. Please like and subscribe this video. I appreciate you.
Okay, my least favorite is this one on the back of my arm because nobody knows what it is. It's a one-line drawing and I don't know, I'll probably get it covered at one point. It's supposed to be just like a girl laying her head on a guy. It was by an artist.
I had no idea that that's what that was supposed to be. Honestly, I guess I kind of see it now, but it really just looks like a guy's head with like a tumor growing out of it or something. Nothing about it says it's a girl's head laying on a guy's shoulder. I hate it. Sorry, girl.
Artist I really liked, but I've had multiple people stop me on the street to ask me what it is.
Yeah, no. That's a good one to dislike. Look, a lot of times people bring me shit and I have to be like, I don't know what that is. Like, you want me to tattoo that on you? I will. But just so you know, I don't know what it is and I don't think it looks good and you should probably pick something else. It happens all the time. And even when they have like a line drawing like this is here, like where it's like ready to go, they bring it to me, I stencil it, I tattoo it. A lot of times I'm like, are we looking at the same thing? Or I don't understand. Like, I don't see whatever you're asking me to do. But hey, it's what the customer wants, not what I want, right? On to the next. Okay, my bad tattoo that I actually paid $200 plus $40 tip for.
Who would you blame?
Oh my god.
The artist?
I want to say, if someone was charging you $200 for this Medusa head, I'd run. I would run so fast. You know, that is not a good price. You should be charging way more for something like that. Depends where you're at in the world. You know, like if you're in California, you ain't getting away with that for less than like $500-600. But I mean, that's what you pay for. You get good quality in California. Maybe if you're in some other towns, other places, maybe you can get away with like a $400 version of it. But yeah.
This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels. And this
Or
is
the
what
client?
I got.
And this one's by Hack Hunter. He's a guy who does tattoo commentary, and he is also asking, who would you blame, the artist or the client? And in my honest opinion, both. Like I said, the client should have ran, and the artist should have not done the tattoo because they're not qualified to do it.
This is a new tattoo. It's called Your Skin is Melting Tattoo. How does it feel?
Terrible.
Fuck. Someone attempted a blast over here. Dude, that thing is nasty. Nasty, 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 awful. Tattooing's fucking gross, dude. The fact that anyone does this shit is fucking weird. You look at that and you go, I don't think I need tattoos anymore. Yeah, I'm done. I've had a few tattoos get infected, have gnarly infections. I've never had one quite this bad. Actually, I've never had anything like blister like that. I can only imagine the pain is brutal. You know, it already sucks getting tattooed and then healing a tattoo, and then when it gets infected, it's fucking awful. But then if it gets to this level of infection, oof. You know, at first glance, I thought this was lasered because it's pretty common for blistering when you get laser treatment on a tattoo. But it says new tattoo, so I'm gonna assume that it is actually a new tattoo, but I don't know. The whole thing is rough. And a blast over, you know, no one's surprised when a blast over goes wrong. Usually, people who are tattooing them are trying to hammer whatever tattoo they're putting in because they think that that'll make it saturate more or do something to get rid of the underlying tattoo a little bit better. So sometimes they tend to overwork that shit. And also, like, you got to keep in mind that the previous tattoo underneath the skin has some trauma, and then you're double traumaing it. It tends to be problematic sometimes. Man, I really think it looks like laser to me. I know that it's probably not because it says new tattoo, but this is very close to what you'd see if they were lasering this tattoo off. Rough. Ugh, poor guy. This shit hurts. Oh, that's cute. She has freckles, so they're doing tattoos around it. I would just leave the freckles, you know? I think the freckles are cute. Let them be. I forgot about this one. I hate UV tattoos. They're just dumb. Look at all that tattooing for nothing. It's like if white was extra stupid, it'd be UV tattoos. It's so gimmicky, it hurts. It hurts my soul, that's how gimmicky it is. The colors are weak as shit. That doesn't look good anyways. When it does show, it just looks like fucking dumb. It looks just dumb. I hate it. I really do. Also, you know, one of the things that someone told me once, and I took it as absolute truth, and I'm gonna spread the probably not true thing at all to an entirely new audience, is that anything that glows in the dark probably causes cancer. And I've said, I don't know why, but that makes sense to me. So maybe it's true. It's probably absolute garbage and not true at all. Maybe getting UV tattoos put in your skin is like the safest thing you could fucking do. I doubt it. But either way, whether that's true or not, which is most likely not, I don't like it. And yep. Okay, on to the next thing that I will say I don't like too. Hey, can you cover this tattoo for me? Throw a sleeve on it, buddy. Throw a sleeve over it. A little lighthearted for us. Usually we're talking about gnarly things here. Not so much today. I will say that tattoo, to cover it up, I'm pausing it right on this thing. If you were gonna get that tattoo covered up, it'd be a very difficult cover up. Let me explain to you viewers why. First off, you weren't gonna cover up that sword, and if you weren't gonna go onto your hand, which a lot of clients don't wanna go onto their hand, and maybe he likes that sword tattoo, if you're not covering that up, that cover up, nearly impossible. When you gotta cover up a tattoo that's this big, you gotta do a tattoo that's about that big, give or take. Don't leave me some shit in the comments saying like how that's not true. It's a rough take, kind of give or take. But a tattoo like this that's this big, and then has something super close to it that you don't want to cover up, and then has your hand, which you also don't want to go onto, there's nothing there for me. There's no room for me to work. What I need is enough space that I can create a distraction from the tattoo you already have and make something cool that's around the thing. And when I don't have the space to do it, ain't no cover up that will do it. So a lot of times people bring me stuff and I'm like, there's nothing for me here. I have no space. I can't cover that up because you left no space for me. You put shit too close to shit you don't like, or you had something you do like and then you put some garbage next to it. And I'm left with no options, no opciones. Just left with no space to make a good tattoo. Okay, when you get covered in tattoos to be better looking, but now you're just ugly with a lot of tats. Man, sometimes I could wish I could use the music more on YouTube. This one just made me laugh, and I wanted to shout out Body Graphics Tattoo on Instagram. They're great. They do a lot of funny memes. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll show you some funny memes that get sent to me. Memes or videos or whatever you call them these days, who fucking knows? But send them to me. Send them to me and I'll repost them if I think they're funny. Okay, in a few weeks, or maybe I already put it out, I'll be talking about tattoo influencers, tatfluencers as I like to call them. A lot of the times, these are professional tat getters. They will comment on tattoos, on tattoo culture, much like we do here. But a lot of the times, the things they gotta say, I just find questionable. And I mean, obviously, like these are people on the outside looking in to a business they don't fully understand, a trade they don't fully understand, and a lot of times the things that they think are cool, most tattooers are like, that is not cool. A perfect example of that.
Tattoos are about to change forever.
Magic ink.
Magic ink. Magic ink. I've never seen anything like magic ink.
This is the latest invention in the tattoo industry, and it is the closest thing we have to magic. You can now change tattoos on your own, make details and designs appear and vanish. It sounds like witchcraft or arcanery, but like anything that was once considered magic, there's a science behind it. In layman's terms, magic ink is activated when UV light hits the ink.
So you kind of get what I'm talking about? This is fucking stupid. There's nothing cool about this. Magic ink, shove it up your ass. No one needs you, no one wants you. And for tatfluencers to be talking about it in this way that is like, look, the latest and greatest part of tattooing. It makes me I just go, no, it's not. That's not cool. And it's not even like, I don't know why. Like it's gimmicky, takes away from tattooing because people spend money on this crap instead of like getting cool tattoos. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe I'm a hater, but I just see this shit and I go, this is goofy.
Causing pigments to become visible. To turn off the ink, you then shine a white light on it. The whole thing was formulated under a scientific setting, which makes its touted safety very credible. Right now there's only red ink available, and it seems like all the designs are pretty basic line work, but the implications of this ink are huge. You can have tattoos that literally change when you want, or you can have an entire bodysuit that literally disappears at the snap of a finger. I've honestly never seen anything quite—
Trust me, no one's gonna do that. You get what I'm talking about? Like I actually really like these tatfluencers. I think that overall they're beneficial for tattooing. It's good to have different perspectives than just tattooers, especially cranky old tattooers, talking about how they're cranky and old. But I do find it a little out of touch a little out of touch with reality. And a lot of the times they seem captured by like Instagram likes and followers rather than like what is actually like just overall good for tattooing. And stuff like this gimmicky, garbagey type of thing that takes money away from other tattooers and puts it into like these dumb gimmicks drives me crazy. A lot of you weren't in the tattoo world when this was happening, but a long time ago, maybe like 6-7 years ago, maybe even less, there was a tattoo ash thing that was like, you send ashes to this company and they send you back ink, and it was like a way of you having your family members with your tattoo, which has been part of tattooing for a long time. People have asked me to put their, grandma's ashes in some ink, I sprinkle it around, I stir it up, and then they think it gets in their arm and they get tattooed or whatever. But there was a company that was like, this is what we're gonna do for it, and we're gonna revolutionize tattooing. And it just, so many people were like, what the fuck? This has nothing to do with tattooing. It's making nothing better. It's just a gimmick, and it's expensive, and it takes away from like all the good shit in a way. Like the last thing tattooing needs is another gimmick, and those tatfluencers I wish would stop touting these gimmicks as like good. But on to the next.
Show me one picture where I got my tats. Show me one. All right, I just explained that tattoo. Yes, this tattoo, okay. This tattoo, all right, yeah, that's the only.
So I think this is a kid explaining how he doesn't get his tattoos from Pinterest, but he does.
Tattoo y'all can say. This is the only tattoo I took off Pinterest right here. Find this one. So fear none is fear God now. So fear none is fear God now. So fear none is fear God now.
Look, when I was getting into tattooing, Tumblr was where people found tattoos. Now it's Pinterest. Essentially, Pinterest, Tumblr, the old walls 50 years ago, it's all the same shit. Now it's just a digital version of it. I ain't got no problem with people walking in with their Pinterest, whatever, showing me a tattoo, being like, this is what I want. It's all the same to me. Wherever you get your image, bring it to me, I'll tattoo it on you. Okay, maybe not the takes you're expecting, but the takes you're gonna get today. I appreciate you. I'll see you in a few days.